Hi, good afternoon from the Georgia WeatherNet 24/7 Storm Center. I'm meteorologist KJ Allen. It is 4:07. We do have a new tornado warning now issued, and this is going to be moving into some very populated areas here. So this is in effect. Get all of our information here. Stand by. All right, this is going to be for central Cherokee County and west central Forsyth County. This is until 4:30 this afternoon. Doppler radar indicating a capable or thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado near Bridge Mill. That's close to Canton, moving east at 50 miles per hour. So this is radar indicated thunderstorm that could produce a tornado. We'll take a look at the velocity, and we can see some rotation just to the west of Holly Springs now, moving across 575. And again, this is moving toward the east at about 50 miles per hour. So as this continues to move really toward the Forsyth County line, which is going to be right here, that's going to take about 17 minutes to get there. If it holds together, that's the big if, it will be moving toward Cumming at 4:33. So right now, Cumming is not in the tornado warning polygon, but very, very close. So it will be a good idea to go ahead and get prepared in Forsyth County all the way into Cumming if this holds together. But we do have the community of Freeholm, which is, let me go ahead and put the track once again. It's going to be right about here. So Freeholm, you're in the tornado warning polygon, going to be to you in about 14 minutes. And again, approaching the county line, separating Cherokee and Forsyth County in about 17 minutes. And then we'll be moving really along Highway Highway 20 there, State Highway 20, toward Cumming as it continues to move toward the east at 50 miles per hour. So this is some fairly broad rotation, not looking at anything indicating that a tornado is actually on the ground. Looking at the debris tracker, we don't see any debris, but strong straight line winds also a big concern with this storm. We've had numerous storm reports throughout the afternoon, well ahead of the main line, and then once the line gets there itself, even more wind. Those wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour. We had some reports of wind gusts closer to 70 miles an hour as well through this particular line as it moved in from Alabama into Georgia. So we'll zoom out here to give you the big picture, and you can see everything that is taking place is in North Georgia, now beginning to move into the North Metro Atlanta area, as it continues to move in through Cherokee County toward Forsyth County. So the city of Canton, the warning polygon line is very, very close, but this is mainly going to be south of Canton toward Holly Springs along 575 and toward the Freeholm community in eastern Cherokee County, and then into portions of western Forsyth County. Not quite to Cumming, but pretty close. So let's just keep an eye on this. Got 20 minutes to go on this tornado warning. And the entire area is under the severe thunderstorm warning, so that covers virtually all of Cherokee County. That does include all of Canton and Ball Ground. Waleska is on the really on the clearing side of the storm right now, so that's really just going to be a wind concern for Waleska. But as far as the heavy rain is concerned, that's moved on out of there. We've had some wind damage reports already in Woodstock. About 30 minutes ago, the wind damage report started coming in, and now the rain is going to be moving in and more wind as well. Wind damage reports in Cobb County, Marietta, and Kennesaw, and that wind continues to whip up, and the storm's moving your way. That severe thunderstorm warning affecting a good part of Paulding County, and then all the way down toward Bremen, moving down into Carroll County, Haralson County there. Have those warnings in effect 1 until 4:30, and then the one more toward the south covering parts of Haralson and Carroll County until 4:45. So you can see that squall line stretching all the way down to Alexander City, Alabama, and then up to the north into the North Carolina mountains across the state line from Georgia. So this is a pretty long squall line of storms, and we've seen a few of these start to spin up, and this is going to be our second case this afternoon of one of these storms spinning up here in the state of Georgia. So this is going to be right in the middle of Cherokee County, just passing just to the south of Canton. Again, between Canton and Holly Springs, crossing 575 and continuing to move east and slightly northeast motion there at about 50 miles per hour. So we have another severe thunderstorm warning also being issued. We'll get that information here in just a moment as soon as it comes out from the Weather Service. We are monitoring our chat with the National Weather Service. Great information there coming in. And stand by. Let's see what we have. Severe thunderstorm warning. All right, so this is going to be for Cherokee, Cobb, Dawson, Forsyth, Fulton, Gwinnett, Hall, and Pickens County. So there it is. Yeah, that one is really stretched out there. So that covers all of Lake Lanier, getting into Hall County, including the city of Gainesville, down into Buford, and then in northwest Gwinnett County, not quite to Lawrenceville, but still going to be picking up those strong winds in Lawrenceville and over all of Gwinnett, but the northwest corner of Gwinnett County in the severe thunderstorm warning polygon. So just be prepared for those strong straight line winds. That's the main case. If the storm doesn't spin up, we still have the straight line winds that are a big factor. The red polygon, that's our tornado warning in effect until 4:30 as that is crossing 575 just to the south of Canton. We'll take a look at the velocity. And this is really what the Weather Service is looking at right in here. This is the rotating portion of the storm. You can see it's northeast of Holly Springs. So Canton, you're going to be in the clear as far as the tornado part of the storm is concerned, but still very windy and still very rainy from Canton down to Holly Springs. So this is moving into the eastern portion of Cherokee County now, going to be moving toward Forsyth County. So heading toward the Freeholm community, right along Highway 20, that's State Highway 20, not Interstate 20. And then continuing to move eventually, we'll be crossing Georgia 400. Now already some strong winds have been crossing 400, so any high-profile vehicles, certainly they have had quite a ride this afternoon heading down or up Georgia 400. So here's the big picture, that squall line all the way up, now moving in through Towns County, really the center of the line around Hiawassee, down into Lumpkin County and Dahlonega. We have that rotating portion just to the northeast of Holly Springs, and the line continues down through Paulding County and Dallas and all the way into Haralson County and then stretching into Alabama. And you can see the difference between the unstable atmosphere, where the line's pretty sharp there, moving into Carroll County, up in the Paulding County, and then it starts to spread out heading up toward the north. So that's hitting a little bit more stable air up in the North Georgia mountains, but still at severe threshold. And I'll tell you what, we're going to take just a moment and post some information for our radio partners up in White County, as we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 4:30 for numerous counties, including White County, and that includes Helen and Cleveland. And we just want to make sure we get that information out to our folks listening there in that area. All right, so stand by just a moment, just a little break here. I'll tell you what, we'll put this in motion so you can get an idea of how these storms are moving. And you can see overall the line looks like it's moving due east, kind of has a northeast tilt to it as well. And the strong straight line winds ahead. All right, we got our information posted to our radio partners. Just want to make sure we got that taken care of. Watching us here on YouTube and on Facebook, we appreciate you subscribing to our YouTube channel and liking our Facebook page, following the page. We break in with severe weather. Anything widespread or any tornado warnings, that's when we go live. And so we do have this one active tornado warning here in Georgia that is moving through Cherokee County as it continues to track toward the east, heading toward Forsyth County. And as I mentioned, the city of Cumming, you're not in the warning polygon right now, but it is pretty close. So just remain vigilant, weather aware. We do have the severe thunderstorm warning that covers Cumming and then all the way across Lake Lanier in the Hall County and Gwinnett County. So even if the storm is still not spinning by the time it reaches Cumming, it still will be very, very strong and capable of producing some strong straight line wind damage. That also includes the Milton community in North Fulton and Roswell, Sugar Hill in Gwinnett County, Oakwood, Gainesville, in South Hall County. North Hall, Claremont, you're not in a warning polygon at the moment. That's probably going to change, though, as that line is going to be continuing to push in toward North Hall County. So the time is 4:17. This is the Georgia Weather Net with live severe weather coverage. And we got a new radar sweep, so let's take a look at our velocity. I'm still showing some rotation there. This is pretty broad, but fairly strong. So what we look for is for this to show signs of tightening up. But right here, this is our main concern. So that is going to be really right along around Old Ball Ground Road, State Highway 20, beginning to approach 372. So this is 372. This is Highway 20 right here. And that's where our main focus is as far as the potential rotation. Fairly broad rotation, but that could tighten up. We just got to be careful. Also looking at possibility of some hail. This could be a hail core right here. Could be quarter-size hail just south of Ball Ground, just to the west of 372. And that's going to be approaching 369, heading toward Keith Bridge Road. So that could also be another issue to cause damage. But the straight line winds, that's our biggest concern. That's a kind of a guarantee with these storms as they move through, that you're going to be getting those straight line winds. And they could be up to 65 miles an hour, those gusts. So that is some very, very strong wind for sure. We can't take that lightly. Just going to look through our storm reports, getting numerous reports in. And what's been amazing is how far ahead of the line that we have seen these reports coming in. The rain is, 30 minutes away from arriving to a location, for example, in Cobb County, Marietta, but still had some trees and power lines down well ahead of the main thunderstorm line. So that just gives you an idea of what kind of pressure gradient we're dealing with here and the really strong intersection between the two air masses. The tornado warning for Cherokee and Forsyth County continues until 4:30. That storm near Buffington, about 3 miles to the east of Canton. That's where we're looking at. And this is moving east at 50 miles per hour. Still the possibility of a tornado with this storm. And we are now picking up some hail reports coming in around the intersection of Highway 14 and I-575. So this is going to be out in Cherokee County. And some pea-size hail reported there. So that's what has been identified and reported. So we could see larger hailstones. As I mentioned, this hail core starting to calm down a little bit, but as it was moving toward Highway 372, this right here is where you're going to see the potential for some hail. Flip over and take a look at our velocity. Still showing some rotation, fairly broad, not anything to be majorly concerned about, and not showing any kind of debris signature. So that's good. We're going to put this in motion. Just wanted to see if there was anything that looked like debris, and I don't see anything, so that's good. Zoom out, show you what we're looking at. North Georgia, North Metro Atlanta, and we can put this in motion, and you can see these storms still holding their form. Really good strength there as it continues to track toward the east. New severe thunderstorm warning now for portions of Rabun County. That's going to stretch down into Habersham County as well, covering Clarksville and Cornelia. And that warning's out of the South Carolina office. So let's go ahead and I'll get you the information on that. Just a moment, just flipping over to our friends up at Greer. National Weather Service issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for Habersham and Rabun County until 5:15. Line of thunderstorms extending just northwest of Hiawassee to near Dahlonega down to Dawsonville. These are moving east at 40 miles per hour, and there's the potential of 60 mile an hour wind gust with this storm. So this, again, does include Clayton and Clarksville, Cornelia, Baldwin, Demarest, Alto, Mountain City, Tiger, Dillard, Sky Valley, Tallulah Gorge also in that warning polygon. So Just be prepared for those strong straight line winds. I don't think we're going to get much rotation out of this part of the storm. This is hitting the little bit more stable air. We do have the wind shear up there, so I can't rule it out completely. That wind shear, the change in direction with height, would love to spin these storms up if it could just get a hold of one just right. But with it being spread out like that, it's going to be hard for one of those cells to really spin. So not impossible, but our main tornado threat is still going to be right here in the middle of the line. And you notice that's where the warnings have been. If you followed the last broadcast, we broke in a little bit earlier with a storm that spun up out around the Shannon community in Floyd County. That was really in the middle of the line. So if we dissect this, we got this portion that's really hitting the stable air. We have this portion, very unstable air. And then we have this middle portion that's kind of bordering both. So it's still hitting the instability. Obviously, there's the wind shear to get these storms spinning. But this has been the main part of the line that we've been concerned with. So that's why if you're in Gainesville, if you're in Winder, Athens, heading up toward Franklin County, there's Royston right there. This is really going to be our main focus, the middle of the line. Not the only place where we could have a spin up, but that's where we've seen it so far, in the middle of this segment. So we just need to stay weather aware as this continues to move toward Lake Lanier and Gainesville. And we'll see if we get an extension on this warning. All right, still showing some fairly broad rotation. Not sure if this is broadening out enough for the Weather Service to feel comfortable with canceling this warning early. We're supposed to go until 4:30, so another 7 minutes to go. They may hang on to it. We'll see. And looking at... all right, some more storm damage reports coming in. Pickens County, multiple trees down throughout the county. Not showing any one particular area in Pickens County, but just trees down scattered throughout the county. All right, the tornado warning for Cherokee and Forsyth has been expired early, so that rotation has broadened out enough that the Weather Service feels pretty good that they're going to go ahead and cancel the tornado warning, so that's going to drop off. But we still have the severe thunderstorm warning for that entire area and extending all the way into Hall County, all the way into Gwinnett County as well to the east. So still a pretty powerful storm. We'll continue to track this. If it spins up again, go live right here on the Georgia Weather Net. In the meantime, I'll give you a second or two to go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We keep a 24/7 stream going and then break in with these severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings as well. And then also follow our Facebook page for weather updates anytime the weather gets bad and a morning update. It's completely free of charge. You get a weather video every morning, find out what's happening for the day and what's coming up. And been talking about these storms for the last several days. So it's a good way to get information right here for our local area, the Georgia Weather Net on YouTube and on Facebook. So again, our tornado warning for Cherokee and Forsyth County has been canceled. And we're going to go ahead and stop our live stream for right now, bring it back